What the fuck's happening, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, as you've read by the title, today's video is going to be a fucking crazy one, right? This is quite recent as well. This only happened a couple of months ago, and like I said, fucking crazy. Like, literally, there is a moral behind this story, troops, and you'll hear about it at the end of the video. I mean, fuck, man. Let's just hop into this. So, like I said, this story took place a few months ago, and I don't know why, right? But basically, where I live, like, all my friends and all that started to like get like fake IDs and all that, just so they could like go to the shop and like get like bev and like alcohol and like fags and whatnot. Because obviously, you need to be 18 for all that shit, but all my friends are around like 16, 17, maybe like 15 years old. So yeah, basically like a lot of my friends were getting fake IDs, and I was thinking, fuck it, right? I was seeing all my friends like being able to go to the shops and get like alcohol and all that, and I was like, I want that, dude. I want that fucking privilege, right? So of course, I hit up one of my friends and I was like, where did you get that fake ID? And they sent me like the link to this like website on Snapchat, and it was basically like this account, and this guy basically makes like fake IDs. Like, you just like send them your details and like a picture of yourself, and like 2-3 weeks later he sends you like that back in the post, and you've got like a fake ID. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks fucking real. It actually looks so real. So yeah, I do it, right? It cost me like 30 quid. I mean, I guess that's quite cheap for a fake ID. I've heard people can pay like up to like 100 quid to buy like a fake ID, but mine was only like 30 quid, so it was quite cheap. So yeah, I ordered mine and I waited like 2-3 weeks, and it eventually came, and I was fucking hyped, right? I remember I used it for the first time. I went to my shop that was like literally like a 5-minute walk from mine, and I used it, and I felt like a fucking king, right? I managed to get myself alcohol, and I managed to get myself like cigarettes and all that. And just for the record, right, that's a fucking horrible idea, right? Don't smoke. Like, smoking's fucking horrible, right? It's something I wish I never started. But yeah, I remember I felt like a king for like 2 fucking weeks, right? So yeah, I had this fake ID, right? So I mean, a little like over like 2 weeks after I got my ID, me and my friends were just like sitting in my house, right? And we had plans to like start like drinking. So yeah, it was like me and my friends, right? We were basically going to go sit down at this park, and we were going to go meet up with like a lot more of my friends, and it was going to be like 20 of us, and we would do this like every weekend. Like, we would just sit in this little park and just drink and all that, and it was just a fun time, you know what I mean? So that's what we were planning to do, right? And we had to get that bev, right? So it was like me and 3 other people in my house. So together there was 4 of us, right? And my friends were like, here, you've got that fake ID, you want to go to the shop and like get us our bev as well? And I was like, fuck yeah, right? I've got the fake ID, I'm going to feel like a fucking king. I'm going to use this fake ID at the shop, and everything's going to be good. So all my friends, right, they gave me like their money, so we're at the bev, right? And I start walking down to the shop, and basically the amount of bev I was getting, I was having to spend like 40 quid on bev, because obviously it was like I was getting booze for me and 3 of my friends. So altogether, this was quite expensive, right? It came to like 40 quid, and I reckon it would have been about 2 bags full of bev, you know what I mean? But yeah, I walk to the shop, right? It's just me, and I walk into this shop, and I go up to the counter, and I start like ordering what I want and all that. So I say to the guy behind the counter, I was like, yeah, can I get this, this, and this? And I was like ordering for ages. It felt like I was ordering for ages, but yeah, I ordered like hundreds of this booze and that, and I had so much like cans and like bottles and all that of shit. And oh my god, the fucking luck, the bad luck that had to come into play here. So as he was like putting all my shit in the bag and all that, of course he's asking for my ID, so I whip out my ID, right, and I give it to him. And little did I know, right, I don't know fucking why, right, but like there was fucking police behind the counter as well, and I just managed to not see it, because like the way this shop's set up, right, is like at the right hand side, there's like hundreds of lottery machines in that, and they're quite big, right? The lottery machines are quite big, and like you can't like see past the counter. And oh my god, the fucking luck, right? There was a police officer there, right? And I don't know what it was, but he just looked at me, right? He just looked at me with this look, right? And I don't know if the look was like to say like, what the fuck are you doing buying bev? You don't look old enough. Or he was just looking at me because I looked like a fucking idiot, right? I hadn't like showered or anything that day. But it turns out it was option A, right? He was confused. Like, he knew like I was not 18, like, or at least I didn't look 18, right? So he goes up to the guy and he was like, let me see the ID. And I was like, oh my god, right? And my heart is fucking thumping at this point, right? And this guy looks at this ID, right? And he's looking at it, and I don't know what it was. Like, maybe it like didn't have like a thing on it, like to make it like an official ID or whatever. But the police officer fucking knew, right? The police officer was looked at me and he goes, fake ID, huh? And I was like, wait, what do you mean? That's my ID. What do you mean it's fake? And he was like, don't bullshit me, right? This is a fake ID. And I was like, no, but it's not. I've literally had this ID. I've had this ID for years. Like, this is not a fake ID. Like, this is my ID that I use for everything. I've been using this for years. And the police officer was like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Come here, come with me, right? And basically what he does, right, he comes like from round the counter, right, and he walks me like to like outside the shop. So of course I follow him, right, and it's just me and him like standing like outside this little shop. And the police officer looks at me and he goes, look, what's your name? And I was like, my name's Jack. And he was like, look, Jack, I'm going to give you one chance here, right? Just come clean and be honest with me. I promise it'll help you out in the long run. Is this a fake ID or is it a real ID? And I looked at him right in the eyes and I just went like, you know what? Okay, it's a fake ID. I'm really sorry. Please, please don't like forward this. Don't do anything bad with this. You can literally take it right now, and I'll never use it again, and I'll never do anything like this again. And the police officer looks at me and he goes, thank you. You know what? Thank you for being honest, Jack. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to let you off for this one time, but if I ever see you cutting about with a fake ID or anything else for that matter, then it won't be your lucky day, right? Then I will press charges and I will do what I have to do. And I just looked at him and I was like, honestly, thank you so much. Like, thank you for being so nice about it. Like, I'm sorry, this will never happen again. And he was like, yeah, no bother. And then he looked at me and he was like, I'll be keeping this, by the way, right? And I was like, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Basically, what he was talking about, he was talking about my ID, and yeah, he kept my ID, and basically he was like, alright, you go home now, you enjoy your night. And I was like, yeah, you know what, thank you, officer, you too, you enjoy your night as well. And yeah, I fucking walked all the way home, right? And I was like, no fucking way did I just get away with that. Like, I swear, you can actually get jail time for that. Like, I honestly thought I was going to fucking jail, right? I'm so lucky I got like a nice police officer, to be honest, because if I got like a dickhead police officer, this story could have ended 10 times worse. But yeah, I went back to my house, right, and I fucking told all my pals about it, and they were like, no way that happened. No fucking way, right? And they were all like fucking stoked as like how I got away with it and all that. And I was like, I honestly don't know how I got away with that. Just nice police officer. But do you guys understand the fucking luck that had to be there? Like, when I was gonna get the Bev fine, like I was gonna get away with it with my fake ID, like fine. It was just the fact there was a police officer in the fucking shop at the right time in the right place, you know what I mean? But I mean, yeah, the moral of the story is, guys, just don't use fake IDs, right? Just don't ever get a fake ID, like please don't. It's fucking stupid, right? It's just a bad idea at the end of the day. And yeah, just fucking don't fuck with the things, right? Because you can get a lot of trouble for them. I'm pretty sure you can get like 5 years in jail for it if you get caught for it. So I mean, risk versus reward, it's just not really worth it, to be honest. And yeah, that's just about taking us to the end of the story trips. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more like this, drop a like, right? Subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you guys all later.